Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here with us this afternoon. Penn State wins its home opener, and under interim head coach Jim Ferry, who's now won 12 straight home openers, and is 13-7 in season openers. We'll begin with an opening statement, and then we'll take your questions. As per usual, please raise your hand, and we'll unmute you and go to your question.
First of all, just all of us are just really grateful for the opportunity to play this game. It's been so long. I mean, God, it's probably almost been 300, close to 300 days since we've played our last game. These guys have worked really, really hard. They've really sacrificed a lot, and that goes for everybody. Everybody was able to help us put the games together, and to be able to go out here and play tonight was a big deal for us. It really was. With that said, I think it looked like we hadn't played in 300 days. Had a lot to get out, a lot of rust. Guys getting to know each other. First competition, not against ourselves in a long time. A lot of practices, and I think we really just needed this. We needed to play against somebody else. We needed to play against someone in a different uniform, running different things, challenging us in different ways. I think it was Danny does a great job. I mean, his team is just so disciplined. They play so hard. They run really difficult stuff to defend, and it showed. I thought we struggled early. We gave up a lot of threes. I thought we did a good job in the second half of bearing down defensively. Made a big adjustment at halftime. Coach Ergo was talking about switching up and going to switching at all five, and I thought really helped us lock in defensively and take away their threes. On the offensive side of the ball, I just felt like we played fast, but we didn't play necessarily together the way that we've been. I think it was a little bit of rust. I can tell in our shooting. I thought we shot too many threes. I wouldn't say all of them were good ones, but at times we did miss some open ones. So work in progress. It's early season basketball. Obviously, we don't have as many games as last year. We got to get ready real quick. But our focus as a group is just to keep playing for each other, keep getting better every day, and that's what we're going to focus on.
Trying to adjust the video. Hold on one moment. Okay, we'll take questions first from Dave Melendra.
Hey, Coach. What in the first half? Could you tell how long did it take for you guys to get the rust out of you? And second part of my question would be have there been any talks about adding another game to your schedule after losing the game to Drexel?
You know what? I'll answer the second one first. The Drexel game was basically postponed, so we're still working on another date with them. Possibility that we will be able to play them. We're both just trying to figure it out right now. In regards to the rust, it really looked like it took the whole first half. I mean, we were doing some uncharacteristic things that we haven't been doing in practice the whole first half. It looked rusty. Defensively, we seemed like we were a step slow. We were making mistakes that we normally don't make. On personnel and how the game plan was set to guard them. And then offensively, I thought we just, we weren't really sharing the ball as much. I mean, for us to only have 7 assists on the day, that's a little concerning right now. But I think in the second half, once the guys settled down a little bit, I think you saw a little bit more of what the ability of what we have to work with and what we can be.
Have any other teams reached out to you about adding to your schedule this year?
I think a couple have. I mean, it's really fluid right now. Ross Condon has been taking care of that scheduling for us, so it's really fluid. It's day by day. We field phone calls. We work on different things. So, but right now, like I said, I think our focus is trying to possibly get a good date with Drexel, and then obviously get ready for VCU on Wednesday.
Thank you, Coach, for that answer. Owen Abbey, you're up next, and then Sean McCullough, you're on deck.
Hey, Coach. From the first half, it seemed like that you guys really only used 3 people coming off the bench, and that the freshmen didn't get much playing time to the last 2 minutes of the game. Was that something that you were planning on doing, or did just the nature of the game force you to keep your starters in the game?
Yeah, I thought the nature of the game really dictated everything, and I thought VMI dictated a lot early in that game, and which forced us a little bit to go small to match up to them. I think we have some depth this year. But the older guys had a little bit more experience, and again, the tightness of the game, especially early, kind of dictated that.
Coach, you really have to like the balance in scoring that you got. You got 5 guys in double digits. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's what we can be. I love playing that way. I think when you have guys, when you have the ability to have 5 guys in double figures, you're a tough team to guard. You're a tough team to scout, and usually a team that can score the ball. So I would like to do that every night. That's the goal. My only concern a little bit here was, we didn't have many assists. We normally have more assists, significantly more assists in practice every day. So some of that was the ball sticking, and some of it was maybe taking some ill-advised threes. But when we have a balanced team like this, and we have 5 guys on the floor that can score, that's when we're a pretty threatening basketball team offensively.
Tanny Luce, you have the next question. Are there any more questions for Coach Ferry? Tanny will be our last question.
Hi, Coach. Obviously, in the first half, you're going through some struggles there, but then you implemented that small ball lineup. Is that something you think that we're going to see more often in the future? Like, obviously, had success on the floor today.
Yeah, well, it's something that we've certainly worked on. It's something that we obviously can go to. I think we have the ability to play big at times, and we have the ability to play small, which we showed tonight. And it just so happened that the game dictated us to do that, and the guys really played well off each other.
Let's go next to Jake Ericat, and then Owen Abbey, you'll have the last question.
And how do you think Sam has in the new conference? Obviously, the American East, Big Ten, maybe some talent discrepancy, but how do you feel like he fit into the lineup? And how are you impressed with his performance today?
Yeah, I thought Sam was really good. I thought Sam is the one that gave us a real step in the first half. He got down. He got aggressive. He helped us see the ball go in. Whether it was a layup or three or driving kick for some guys. I thought he put major pressure on their defense. Sam's a good player, man. Like, good players are good players. I don't care what level they're at. Good players are good players, and I thought he did a real good job. And I think those guys fitting in together, whether it's Sam, Jamari, and MJ, being able to play with each other, I think is going to help us as we get better during the year.
Last question from Owen Abbey.
So Jamari Wheeler had what seemed to be a career offensive performance today. Is that something that he's been really working on in practice?
Jamari Wheeler deserved to have a career offensive day today. He really did. He's put in so much work, and this is not a fluke. Him hitting 4 threes, 4 out of 9 from 3. That's not a fluke. He's been doing it every day in practice, and here's a guy that's a senior that really, used this time, whether it was the off time or even in the preseason, to really work on his game. And he's, people have always been knocking him that he's not a very good shooter, and that's not what we've seen in this whole preseason. He's been one of our best shooters. And we're giving him the freedom to do that. He's still our heart and soul defensively, and that's what he's got to do first. But I was really happy for Jamari that he made the shots that he made today.